What is the deal, everyone? Welcome back. It's been a minute. Back for another ExxonMobil stock review, chart analysis. We've been going for a while, but I'm back. Had some business to take care of on a larger front, handling some things. I've been trading in the background, but it's been kind of quiet in terms of my analysis, just sharpening my skills and getting my tools right. So thanks for everybody for tuning in. Appreciate everyone checking out the content thus far. At this point, we are looking at some movement for ExxonMobil. It's been an overall down period since we fell out of that fair value gap around 112, 113. It's been pretty much down days ever since then. And we've been trending down for about 2 months now. And so these, let's say, last 20, 25 candles have pretty much been all 2 down, 3 down, or inside candles. And we are looking for all the ExxonMobil bulls out there. We're obviously looking for strength. But for the short buyers, they've been having a field day. It's been pretty nice for all of the shorts that have come in and have taken this thing from the high up here, which is about 113.96, all the way down to that low that you see down at about $98. And we've bounced from there. We've gapped up as well. But at the same time, what we're looking at is a lot of price rejection. So on Friday, again, we had an inside day, price rejected from the uptrend. So now we're pretty much back inside. And this is a daily chart. If we take it up and we go weekly, we have Exxon forming somewhat of a hammer, but not quite, because there's a little resistance at the top at the support line or at the support level of $98. So for anyone that's long, from a weekly perspective, you want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. About 8 weeks, you need to give yourself for any type of price retracement back into these strong levels, or even so much as an all-time high level. I don't see it right now. The sentiment for Exxon is overall bearish. So I don't see it right now. I see a lot of rejections anytime we creep up or anytime we break certain levels. Anything below $98 is going to short for a very long time. But anything above $98, you can probably get yourself into some calls for a couple days, but then watch for strong price rejection once it's actually made its move. Right now, we're again on the inside. 5-day, we're on the inside. Monthly, inside. And so what we're looking at is a pretty much inside setup. I know a lot of traders out there, they like those inside candles because it allows them to continue to buy. And like I said, if you had the capital to buy an extended contract for Exxon, I would strongly recommend that. It's not one of those situations where we'll know the time where a stock like this may run. This is a heavily traded stock, sector to sector. These particular stocks in the oil sector definitely follow behind one another. And I have Exxon as just like my particular point, but you have other oil companies like Oxy that move. And so whenever ExxonMobil's time comes, it will come. But you see the range right now that it has established is about $20. And so it's pretty effective from that area or that perspective. If you can give yourself 8 to 10 weeks for it to retrace and go back to the range where you would like to see it in over $110, that would be something recommended. You can also look for possible shorts. Anything below 98, I wouldn't even look at a call, but anytime it's trading below that 98, long-term calls are probably something that I wouldn't even take into consideration. So, again, we have it forming certain support at these key levels, $98, $99. There's a fair value gap between $100 and $102, but it's been known to sell off. It stays inside and it sells off. If you go back May through June, we had two downs, but they were so seemingly, two downs, but inside of this magnitude candle here, and it took us up to an all-time high. And then we had our sell-off, and we're back into correction zone, accumulation zone. So any particular trades in this zone above $98 and $99, definitely you can get calls up to where we rejected here, 106. So like let's say 105 calls. Stop loss where it invalidates below 98. But if you take a call from here, I wouldn't even think about anything short term. I would assume all long-term calls a few weeks to a month out to do any real damage or, knowing the market sentiment, as we say. From a 5-week perspective, you can see the same setup is here. 6 weeks, same setup. Same indecision where we can get rejected or we can bounce off of support. The support level is a little bit bigger than the rejection level, but the rejection is sufficient enough to kind of make you think like, look. So quarterly, and we're down. This last quarter, September through now, has been abysmal for the ExxonMobil company, even with the acquisition. It's been pretty bad. So what we need to do is establish a nice level of support. So from a shorter time frame perspective, particularly the daily, we can bounce. As you see, we're trying to bounce, but we get rejection once it forms an opinion over $100. So what I'd like to see for the stock is, again, to just stay and to maintain a significant level of support over $98. Anything under $98 is, to me, the danger zone. Anything finding support levels at 98, 100, 99 would be fine for you to average down 8 to 10 weeks out. Give yourself that much time. Short-term plays, get in and get out, because this stock is known to reject, strongly while building accumulation. That rejection from the fair value gap here, that trend took us down quite significantly. We haven't really seen any reprieve, really, since we made this trend. And we just technically, if you can see from a daily, broke that trend line here. Technically, and it's resting here. So there's a huge possibility that we can get a pop where I would presume as much as 104. And if we break a level like 104, 105, we can see. But we also have to look for the rejections, because this stock is definitely accumulating and it can reverse on you with bad news. I'm not anticipating any more bad news or, price, quote unquote, downgrades. Anything over $98 is a buy. I think this stock is an overall buy just because it's oil, it's ExxonMobil, it's a long-term play. So I think stocks like this are always a buy, but if you're trading options, we have a trend line break, and it's possible that we can get a nice pop to around that 104, 106 area. So just be cautious. Keep your stop losses respectable. But it's possible that we can break above $102 with some strong volume in the week. We've had a lot of plays in the consumer sectors like Lowe's and Costco that have jumped. Chip sectors, Nvidia are always running. Oil's been pretty quiet. Consumers tend to focus on consumer things around this time. So oil's been pretty quiet. We will still, oil is something that's never going to go out of business, and we're still traveling. I believe earnings for this company, we have our earnings. Oops, let me get out of that. Back to my mouse. We have our earnings Friday, February the 2nd, 2024 for period ending December 23. The estimate is 2.095 as far as the earnings per share. And the estimated revenue is 91.6 billion. So any revenue hits or exceeding revenue expectations could be considered a good look. Could be considered a good look, stuttering. So let's see. I just want to get back into it as far as the analysis, price targets. We're looking at 99 for any reversals. I like this trend line. I like the break of this trend line to possibly hold going into next week. We're setting up inside on a daily. So the new week would be crucial. The new week that we open up and where we open up in the new week would be very crucial. The charts weekly still has us rejecting the trend line. A 5-day has us one inside candle over the trend line. So weekly 7 days, we're still inside or underneath the trend line below it. Weekly 5 days, we're slightly above it. So this is an area to consider, your next move. My move would obviously be a little bit slightly more bullish than bearish. Neutral is fair, is fine for anyone who wants to hold their chips. There a lot of long-term investors have sold off since it broke the high. So now we're looking for new investors. Come on in, the water's fine. And build your positions in this particular stock as you see fit. This is not financial advice. But I like this formation over the trend line. From our high, not the all-time high, but our retracement high here. Not necessarily going off of the all-time high. Because that sell-off was very precipitous. So off the retracement high, which is from here to here, and then back down, I like that one. So let's see how we open up Monday. Today's Sunday, December 17th. Let's see how we open up Monday. So this video is for Monday, going into next week. I'll try to throw some other analysis in there as I see the stock moving and progressing. I'll be traveling. This is the holidays, but for the most part, I will try to get back into making videos. I'll bring my equipment on the road with me, and we'll get right into it. Any comments, concerns, questions, leave them in the chat, leave them in the comments. Whatever questions I don't know personally, I have people who I can ask and try to get back to you and cite my resources as well. So if anybody's looking for more technical analysis on Amazon, this is where I always say Amazon. I mean to say Exxon. Anybody looking for strong technical analysis on Exxon, this is where it's at. If you're looking to join trading groups, eventually I'll have that set up for everybody and recommend some of my favorite trading groups based on your style of trading. And so, we here. It's why me. We back, This has been another review on ExxonMobil. We're looking at the week of December 18th. It could be a very quiet week. It's the week before Christmas, the week before holidays. The end of the year is coming up. Earnings is in February for December period, last quarter. So Exxon could be setting up for a very large move. If you see it, point it out. If you know of anything, any other volume, point it out. Any comments, concerns, regarding analysis. Any questions, feedback, whatever, point it out. We're looking at Exxon on a 5-day period of time, 5-day chart. We forming up inside Friday, set up inside. You know what I'm saying? For a week. But we still finding that indecision. So from week to week, it's either inside or indecision. So play your cards right. That's why me. We out.